What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream. It is Sunday. So many people think it's the end of the week. So many people think it is the beginning of the week. It is all dependent on what your beliefs are as to where the week starts. All right. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. For many of you that are in the Discord or follow me on social media, I think I told you this on Friday at our last stream. My little boy was playing his first proper football match. He played two teams. One was an academy team, of which some players actually play at a Premier League football team, and there was their B team as well. They drew 0-0 with the academy team, and they smashed their B team 5-0, and my little boy scored with his left foot, which is his weaker foot, so I'm super proud as a dad. So yeah, and I was coaching the team as well, which is hilarious, because I'm definitely not a football coach. But anyway, for our US viewers, by the way, it's soccer, all right? So super pleased, and yeah, he was amazing, actually. But anyway, enough about my life and more about the crypto market. So the title of the stream, The Real Crypto Crash, is about to start. I want to break down exactly what is going on. Kevin, what's going on, my man? We'll break down the latest, and I think the stuff that everyone is overlooking. Now, you will have already seen, or I'm sure you will have already felt, there has definitely been a shift on X. There's been a shift in sentiment where people are a bit like, actually, maybe we've kind of got this wrong a little bit. Maybe this isn't all the bullishness that everyone's been talking about. Now, we did actually get a pretty heavy correction last night in the market on the Trump announcement, which we'll break down in just a second. But yeah, let's understand exactly what is happening, when it's happening, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself or you can position yourself to maximize the potential returns that you could get off this push down. Like I said, it isn't unusual that we've been talking about this for ages. We're actually down nearly $2,000 since the live stream on Friday, and the worst is yet to come. So go ahead, hit up the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're brand new here as well, remember we break down the markets every single night with the exception of Saturday. But as always, which have we got? Setting up an OBS stream to YouTube. No, I'm not. I need to know what the thing is. Anyway, look at that transition as well, by the way, for YouTube. I've been playing around. I was saying to TikTok earlier, I'm so close. This is the wrong way. To being able to stream onto TikTok from my actual OBS as well. So I set everything up. Everything's all done. I can multi-stream now from OBS. I just need a TikTok stream key, I think it is, and then I'm good to go. But yeah, we have literally got it set up. I've ramped up the OBS. We've got cool little things that come up on the screen. We're just kind of dialed stuff up. You know what I mean? Just kind of getting ready for it. So anyway, thanks 37. Well done, 2-Bit Junior. Let's get it. Have I put the chat on here? Oh, that's why you can't see it. I turned it off for some reason. There you go. All right. Are you still going to flip XRP's price? RPM, maybe. Grimmer's in the building. What's going on, Grimmer? Good to see you, man. Welcome in as always. And then the gang's here as well. Grimmer says, not too bad. Thanks for asking. Wasn't really checking the markets for the weekend. And now I turn on the charts and when nice cold sweat shower. I mean, lots of us were in the Discord last night. By the way, link in the description if you're not already in there. Highly recommend you get in there. We were talking about that move. We were talking about some trades. We were just kind of hanging out in there, as well as chatting about a few other bits and pieces. So if you're not already in that Discord, it is free to join. We do obviously have a premium service. Again, you can get that from a channel member. Head to whoop.com. All of that gets you a little bit more alpha. But let's talk about what's going on in the markets. Let's understand technically what's happening, and then we'll get into the kind of reason I think the market's going to push down, and equally why I think the worst is yet to come, all right? So we'll talk about it. Damage Dealer, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. So we were talking about this the other week. So you have this kind of pennant that formed here, which then price kind of messed around in for a little bit. We got the breakout to the upside off the 200 EMA, followed then by a pretty sharp correction, okay? And we said about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, that the same sort of pattern is playing out here. So we got the correction into this pattern. We got a few of the bounces. And what's notable is we got this breakout here. If you remember, we were talking about this last week. We said, look, if this breakout happens, then fine. This is going to be really, really important. Do we get a consistent push to the upside or not? And remember, we said, look, you have to break about $80,000 in order for this to be a sustained move to actually push us further up. Just to let you know, the two lines, by the way, the green line is the 21-day EMA. No, it's not. It's the yellow line. God, why can I not remember which lines they are? Hold on a minute. It's important, this. Okay, yeah, so MA1, right, fine. So the yellow line is the 50-day EMA, and the blue line is the 21-day EMA. So shorter time frame reacts quicker, slightly longer time frame. But, you know, it's a good kind of, you know, it's a good combo to have. You know, you get kind of price movement here on the 21, and then equally when it sits below the 200, or sorry, below the 50 or above that, then you can kind of get into this like sort of interesting trading patterns that we've got. But you can see here a couple of things happening right now on price activity. Yes, we are still in an aggressive area of volatility. This tells us that we may still see some pretty strong movement in price. Evening, buddy. Up this week. TJ, I'm going to say no. But make your own decisions, all right? Go on, baby. 139K, my patience is hurting. Evolve. Stick around. We're going to talk about all of that, and I'll give you my rationale and thought process around it, and you guys can make your decision on the back of it. So, this is obviously a pretty big area of volatility. We know this. Equally, this is kind of where we're starting to squeeze here on this pennant formation. But the couple of things I would note that's important is this structure failed. So, this arguably was the breakout, and we said, look, if we get if we get that kind of move that we got, then you're looking at this here. Basically, we're looking for anything over the course of this. The lower price range, 65,937, invalidates this current trend, okay? So this is the first target that I'm looking at. If we get to this, which I believe we will get there this week, then it invalidates this and then shifts momentum to become a downside move, okay? And I think that is a really obvious pattern that's playing out. Even if you were to say in this pennant formation, if you go into the 12-hour, you get a really, really obvious formation here that's kind of happening. So again, you see the pattern coming in. Yes, we got consolidation sideways. That's not unusual. And then we've had this kind of pattern, which, you know, this is going to be the reaction point. It's 65, 67. If we get a movement on here, then, you know, we may retest that. But I'm going to talk about why I don't think we're going to get one, and actually why I think this will push down potentially tonight, maybe early hours of the morning, actually retesting this lower range here as the potential breakdown. Now, again, it isn't going to free fall just into this buy zone that we've been talking about, but my personal opinion is you want to be starting to think about, okay, where are my potential buy opportunities that I want to get involved in? Well, we can say, well, look, that's first and foremost going to be the bottom of the range here. Yeah, you could argue and say, well, look, it probably goes a little bit lower here, around 63,200, but that's kind of where we sit. The break becomes here. So these are the two patterns that you could argue that you're going to see. First, we need to retest the pennant formation, breaks this trend. The next would be down here. And if you were kind of saying, well, 2-bit, does this all align? How do we kind of know this is all going to play out more favorably? Look how well it aligns to the Fibonacci. I mean, I'm not saying that that's kind of, you know, deliberate, but yeah. Lewis says, I just took a short now, wait, and fingers crossed. I mean, depends. What's going fair around? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. It depends what your short is. I mean, I was tempted. I wish I had, actually. I was looking at this earlier when it wicked back to 68,900, and I was like, this is such a relief rally. There's no sustainable momentum here. Like, this is absolutely a short trade all day long. I mean, I traded last night. I think, like I said, we were in the Discord. Had a really nice 35% return on that short. Really nice return, actually. But at the same time, I was out today and I was messing with my kids and all the rest of it. So I was a bit like, man, I just can't give it the time I need. But structurally, I'm definitely watching for this. And I think we do see a push, if not, you know, imminently below. I mean, look at that. 68,140 is the 0.5 Fibonacci, which we just lost here live on the show. So, you know, this is kind of some really important factors. I want to talk about why this is, because I think it's easy just to chuck some charts up and say, well, price is going to go down. But we'll talk about why. And we'll talk about the reason why I think so many people are missing this potential move. So 67.8, there you go. That short must be printing right now. That short must be killing it, Lewis. Man, look at that. 67.8, here we go. Here comes the push down. I mean, I promise I haven't set this up, by the way, but again, we're going to retest this really key part here. Craig, your short must be printing as well. So again, we'll talk about why this is happening, but look at this right now. I mean, Bitcoin is really pushing down. So again, the purpose of tonight's stream is to make sure that you're all ready and you're all waiting, because look, we've been talking about this now for months. I don't think we get another bite of this cherry, by the way. I think if we revisit this lower range, as we've been discussing now, that's the last time we head down there, and I'll talk about why that is as well later on in the stream. So watching BTC right now, I don't envisage we stick here, but everything, depending when you look at Ethereum, about to lose 2,000, XRP lose 138, ADA, SUI, many others. What I would say, just as a little jump forward, the Chart Prime AI trading bot is fucking killing it today, which is hilarious. It's had so many bad days, and it got me into 3 shorts that are all absolutely power printing right now, which I'll show you guys later on. We're not going to do it now, but Yeah, it's absolutely crushing it, which is just fantastic. So yeah, anyway, more on that later on as we walk through this live stream. So BTC potentially going to see as a push down. And again, we'll talk about why that is in a minute. Now, the broader market, 2.31 trillion, back within this range again that we've been talking about, which isn't unusual. So you then have two elements playing out here, okay? So again, we could see this low range here at 2.26 trillion. And then if we break below, this is where we're probably going to get our shot at what we've been talking about, around 60, about 60,000, which I think is going to be really, really important to think about. Okay, so again, I'm not envisaged on going through every single chart. It's not really worth it. Casey, what's going on, my man? Welcome in, Innovative. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Matty says, nice TA, short CYS.80 and DXE at the 7.8. Yep. Didn't get a notification you coming live. Not sure why. So I'm going to be here as always. But yeah, thank you, man. Good to see you, buddy. I can't believe you didn't get it. Yeah, sometimes YouTube's just a bit weird, but that's why it's always worth smashing the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn your notification bell on to all. That way you're notified when I go live. So again, these are where some of the key things that we are watching. Mark Noby's just dropping some TA in the Discord. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, look at this. BTC real volatility happening right now. But again, I expect this to come and retest that range that we've been discussing. So rest of the market having a tough old time. Zebek it's not anymore, taking a big correction, lost the 200 as well. So watch out on Zebek. This could come all the way down here, by the way. 2162, probably the next price target, especially if BTC does push down. The only slight positive is you can probably revise this trend line just a tad, which means that you're probably going to wick here onto the 21, which is kind of interesting. Out there, the rest of it, Junction. I don't know if M. Krieg's here, but Junction, we talked about this. We said, hey, watch out if Janssen starts to move. Look at this, 36% up on the day. Just for those that are bullish on Jasmine, by the way, I'm really hoping that there is some sort. No. This is. I'm going to get to gold in a minute because that's actually part of what I want to talk about. I'm hoping they're going to do something with Jasmine, which I think is why this is kind of moving like it is. But yeah, 36% there on Junction. We called that 2.5 weeks ago, I think. Said, look, watch out. Might be a decent move on there. Will there be financial? Again, starting to move, but I'm not really stressing it. Did get rejected here on the 21 EMA. So, not like super crazy. It's not like, oh my God, I need to FOMO my bags into this and get involved with it. And then the rest of the market, with the exception of Monero, is pretty rubbish. Okay, really quickly. And this kind of forms part of the narrative that I want to talk about, okay? This will align to some of the things that we want to discuss. So here was what gold did on Friday. Obviously, gold hasn't traded since Friday because the markets are all closed. But this is really important to watch. Gold futures are actually down a little bit, 0.67. So here's my view on gold futures. And again, this will form part of it. Also, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, which is a more broader finance market, 5-6 minute update videos on what's going on, then do check the link in the description. 2Bit Finance gives you just more generic views of what's going on in the economy, what's going on with global markets, quick snapshot of things like silver, gold, why the Federal Reserve held their rates, just not crypto specific. Go check it out. It is worth it. Again, it'd be great to have your support over there as well. So when I open it back up, would you sell? I'm not in gold, but I do think gold will see a push down. And I'll tell you why, okay? So what's interesting here with gold, and I will touch on it again, and silver's exactly the same. These two have played out exactly as we expected, all right? Exactly as we expected. And we played it out. Even when this was pumping, people were like, you got it wrong. We called it pretty much bang on the money, all right? So shout out to everybody that got him there. What's interesting here, and I want to show you something. When you look at gold, it is now below 4,500. And you could say, well, maybe this is where it's going to, signal a reversal. How low, really, can gold go? And the answer is quite a bit lower. So here is a list of all of the gold ETFs that are available right now. And I think that this is important to understand here on a couple of these key points. So if you wanted to go and buy gold ETFs, and I actually found something out the other day, which is even more insane as well, which we'll talk about maybe tomorrow night. But these are all the gold ETFs. What do you notice here on these ETFs? That every single one of them are down, all right? With the exception of like 3. Every single gold ETF is down. So that doesn't mean they're down in terms of their NAV. So the kind of average return here, like where are they moving? But what you're seeing is a consistent selling of ETF products. People are getting out of gold, but mainstream media, corporate entities, Wall Street, they want you to believe that this is just a dip. They want you to like, oh, it's fine. Gold's giving me the opportunity to get back in. I don't think it is, okay? I don't think it is. I think this is an absolute coordinated sell on commodities, right? And people might say, well, you were in a commodities bull market. Yeah, 131% we made. Could that reverse out? Potentially, okay? Potentially. But the reality is, when you look at this number here, the NAV, the net asset value of what it looks like, yeah, the actual asset is 131% up. That tells us it's overpriced when it comes to these ETFs, okay? So you are, in my opinion, going to see a broader push down in commodities. You're going to see a broader push down in silver. You're going to see copper start to come down. And again, we're going to touch on why all this is in a minute. But this is paper contracts, okay? So if you hold an ETF in gold, you don't hold the physical gold. The ETF actually holds the gold, not you. So then it's easy to sell paper contracts on ETFs. What's difficult to sell is physical gold. But what's interesting is gold ETFs dump. This basically is a mechanic to push the price of gold down. So I think, again, just my opinion right now, that this is all a deliberate attempt to kind of push prices down. It's a deliberate attempt to make sure that things come down. Silver's exactly the same. You could even argue and say, well, okay, to a bit, bring us up silver. What are silver ETFs doing right now? Look at it. Look at it. There's one, the ProShares Ultra Short Silver, but its net asset value is negative 100%. I mean, it's literally wrecked. Yeah, all right, it's gone up 13% in the last, this is Friday's data, by the way. So all of these ETFs are selling and people are just focused on, well, gold's now under 4,500. Look at the structure of this. Now, you could argue and say, well, too bad we saw this before. There's something very different about the structure here of gold. The fact that this was a euphoric move, okay? Everyone was like, oh my God, I need to buy gold, I need to buy silver. Like, this is the next bull market. Like, you even got people going, like, coming into the live stream going, bro, I can't believe you're not talking about gold. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's going to go to the moon. And that's exactly how all of these things burst in the end. All these bubbles go pop. And that's exactly what we've seen here as well. So I think gold pushes down. Now, I know what you're thinking. Too bad this is a crypto show. Paper market is absolutely screwed. Yeah, 100%. No one's talking about it as well. This is a crypto show. We want to know like what's happening with Bitcoin. It's all relevant, okay? All ties in. Because what you're also seeing is futures markets are down. Gold, silver, copper, all looking pretty bearish. Stocks look awful. The other representation here is bond markets, which I personally think money is coming out of the paper market on ETFs for gold and silver, and I think it's going into the bond market. Think about this. On the 10-year, even the UK 10-year treasury went to 5%. And this is, again, going to be really, really important because you got this money coming out of gold, people freaking out, and it's going to end up badly, in my opinion. All right. So, oh my God, look at this. Bitcoin 67.7 right now, pushing down hard. I mean, it's not like we didn't call it. So, let's understand why. Let's understand what is happening and how you can best move yourself. Oil, hyper liquid. I'm watching it, baby, because I'm in. When I get that, I am literally going to be in there I'm in there like swimwear. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to grab a bag of that 100%. ETF coming, absolutely worth it. Brent crude, by the way, keep your eyes peeled on it because it's absolutely going to explode on market opens. Let's be clear about this. And this week might bring us to the price target of $60,000 if certain elements play out. We're going to talk about them in just a minute. So if you haven't hit the like button, definitely do so. But yeah, Brent crude at 107 was the close. We're already expecting on the futures market 112. All right, pretty wild if you ask me. And natural gas looking okay actually. Okay, so that's where we sit currently on the price of BTC. That's where some of the fundamentals are. So what is happening? Well, this is a big problem. If Iran doesn't fully open without threat, the Straits of Hormuz within 48 hours from this exact point in time, the United States of America will hit and obliterate the various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I mean, that is the biggest escalation in the entire planet right now. And I talked about this, and some of us were talking about this in the Discord as well, saying governments will try to do forced buybacks. Well, I mean, the US, for example, I know they're redoing treasuries. At the minute, they did a $16 million, I think was it 6 billion or 16 million? I think it was 16 billion actually, buyback on treasuries, which when you understand how the treasury market works, it's a fucking scam. Let me tell you, governments, honestly, I mean, they'll probably come and get me now, but they are such a scam. It's literally the most ridiculous thing in the world. But yeah, the Fed go, oh, we'll buy back these $16 billion worth of treasuries that are offering like 3.8% yield. And then what we'll do is we'll just print another $16 billion offer it in 5% yield. Like, why the hell would we not do that? Makes sense, right? Put the money in something else. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so Donald Trump announcing this is literally the biggest escalation. Now, on the surface, you go, okay, this is quite a severe escalation. The problem comes in is then you get this. And we've discussed what's gone on. And I do think Iran has got a bigger part to play in what's going on. But the importance of this one, and this picture is very, very important because this is Slovenia, all right? And Slovenia is now rationing fuel. 50 litres per day for private vehicles, 200 for businesses, cross-border stockpiling and shortages caused by the Iran war. The oil crisis is getting real and Europe is bearing the brunt of it. This is absolutely critical as to what's going on because it's going to get worse, okay? They are restricting oil. It's the leverage Iran's got. They just announced now it's $2 million if you want to sail a ship through there. But if you are we'll talk about it in a minute, any alliance of the US or Israel, you're not doing it. All right. Pretty wild. They have boats actually out there. So you've got this kind of idea here that certain European countries are rationing. So what happens when Slovenia says, hey, you need to ration oil? We can't afford it. We don't have enough stockpile. Then everyone else starts to freak out and go, oh my God, we haven't got enough petrol. Especially if they're in the UK, you will know exactly what this is like. And if you are British, you're probably already starting to feel uncomfortable about the fact that your car's not full. I mean, I filled my car up today. That's how ridiculous I am with some of this stuff. But fortunately, it's a company car, which is wild. Oh, what's happened here? How come TikTok suspended me? What? Why is TikTok just suspended it? Why is it restricting me? For what? Gifting suspended live behavior is not in line with our policies. Gifting is suspended. What? Appeal that. What have I done? I hate TikTok sometimes. Reproduce content. What? What? How is it reproduce content when I'm literally here talking about it? Oh my God, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, fine. TikTok, you're going to have to just look at me for a little bit. You're going to have to look at me, otherwise it says, oh no, you can't show a picture on the screen. Maybe it's like a weird copyright thing. I told you I'd upset the government. Oh my God, disaster. Okay, so you're just going to have to listen to me for a little bit. How would I then show that on the screen? Yeah, see, they're just talking about the government. Oh no, they found me. They're going to come from my window in a minute. MI5 are going to come and wipe me out. Anyway, so if you are in a world of restrictiveness, then it's only going to spike the price of oil. And the price of oil going up isn't directly going to affect Bitcoin, but it is going to affect everything else that goes in it, which is massively going to affect the price of the commodities market. It's going to affect the price of energy. It's going to wreck CPI, PCE, all of that stuff is going to get pummeled. Now, where this gets worse, quick, take your prints off the wall. Where this gets worse is this. So this is an announcement from allegedly the minister for Iran saying alongside military bases, those financial entities that finance the US military budget are legitimate targets. US Treasury bonds are soaked in Iranians' blood. Purchase them and you purchase a strike on your headquarters and assets. We monitor your portfolios. This is your final notice. That is crazy talk, which if there is anything that lands from Iran, let's say, for example, they can reach the UK coast now. Let's not kid ourselves here. Anything, I didn't even talk about taxes. Anything comes anywhere near, then we're in a problem. We're absolutely in a problem here. And the fact that this has been, posted out then absolutely gets way worse. So this restricts the Straits of Hormuz even more, right? Even more. Yeah. BTC dumper. Yeah. Lewis, you must be crushing it right now. BTC is at a critical point. I would show you, but TikTok might say that I'm showing, I don't know what the hell I'm showing. I think charts are fine, if I'm honest, because that is literally my chart. Buy the dip with what money? Yeah. Iran, not Iraq. Did I say Iraq? I didn't say Iraq, did I? I'm going to have to start pushing my car to work to save fuel now. Yeah. Turn the engine off going down hills. Essie says, sell, I sell. Is that silver? I mean, I think, look, we talked about that at the start of the stream. Maybe is going to be pretty tasty when the market's open, but we'll touch on that in a minute. Yeah, BTC right now pushing down 67,466 as nervousness enters the market, which is all of this stuff we're talking about, right? All of this stuff we're talking about. Again, this kind of gives you an idea of what's going on with gold ETFs, which again, you can see here. Oh, thank you. Appeal approved. We reviewed an appeal. Thank you. TikTok. Let's go. Nice, TikTok. All right. You showed, you approved my appeal that it wasn't secondhand content and it's me that's talking here. All right, cool. So again, look at this monthly fund flow here on ETFs, $6.3 billion flowing out of them, which is insane. Like I said, we certainly touched on that. But again, shows you that the paper market here is freaking out. Like it's absolutely losing its mind on the potential risk we've got. We haven't seen this amount of outflows on paper contract ETFs since 2013. All right. It's pretty wild. Okay. So think about that when you start looking at this stuff. Now, this all filters into the Bitcoin price. It all filters into the broader market, and it all filter into things like commodities, gold, silver, and everything else. And that's why you're seeing this push down. And bearing in mind, the markets haven't even opened yet. So futures market opens in the best part of like 45, 50 minutes. We are going to stay live for that market open because I think it's important, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Now, what you might see here would be a wick up on market opens. That means it liquidates the shorts. Everyone's short in this market. We'll take a look at where those positions sit. But it wouldn't surprise me one bit if we didn't get a push down in oil before it goes back up. If the markets didn't wick up before pushing down, they want to grab some liquidity. And I'll touch on that probably tomorrow as well. I have a sell position at 91 in oil. Any suggestions? A sell position, as in if it drops to 91, you're selling. I don't think you're any, my personal opinion, I don't think you're any risk of that right now. Not financial advice, and it's certainly not personalized financial advice, but I don't think you're in any risk of it going anywhere near there just at the minute. JFR with the 5. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Start growing potatoes. Their currency after the apocalypse. Yeah. I feel like I read something somewhere that was like about veg. So anyway, so this is kind of where we sit right now. So you've got massive selling on contracts of ETFs. They're dumping gold. They're dumping silver. Bitcoin ETFs are the opposite. We're actually seeing net inflows, not in any sort of crazy numbers, but people are coming out of these and going into the Bitcoin market, which is kind of nice. Now, you're also seeing a significant move here into commodities, and you're also seeing it go into crypto, which is kind of super interesting if you ask me. Not crazy numbers, but it gives you an idea as to what's going on. The crude oil is now dominating Hyperliquid with $300 million in open interest, making it larger than any crypto equity pair on the platform, Delphi Digit reports. So everyone's piling in, right? Nadal, what's going on, my man? Everyone's piling in to oil contracts, okay? Wild, which is why we're saying we may just get some really crazy volatility that comes in this market because they'll want to wick up, liquidate, and then drop back down, or vice versa. Really important, okay? Really, really important to think about as well. Blockchain made for this. Exactly, Stuart. That's why it comes in. So worthwhile noting. But that's not all. That's not all. You actually have even crazier stuff going on, specifically on this chart. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. You're like, what the flipping heck is this? Well, this one gets even more interesting because this... Oh my God, what did I just do there? What did I just do there? Sorry, I'm just trying to mess around with another window here that is just showing something else. So this essentially is what can happen when you get the distillation by country in terms of domestic production, i.e. what are they making of fresh water dependency on the fact here is, again, remember, it's in the middle of the East. So it's in the Middle East. So if you were to get a massive attack on these power stations, you essentially are going to cut off loads of really, really important like domestic production, producing water or whatever else it is. So this is kind of why it's going to be really nasty if this happens. Also, in my personal opinion, why I think the Iranians are calling his bluff. I think they're kind of a bit like, well, you know, let's see. Let's see what you've got. And bear in mind that timer ticks out, I think like tomorrow, like early hours this morning as well. So, you know, pretty crazy when you think about that as well. I started DCA, bought some ETH. Nice. Yeah. I mean, I thought about it, not yet. But yeah, not yet. I'm waiting, man. The trading bot is crushing it right now. 15, like it's like $18 right now, which I know doesn't sound a lot to a lot of people, but this is an algorithmic trading bot that I'm not touching. It's just trading away, and it's doing all right. It's doing all right. After that, it'll be in profit, which is kind of cool. So yeah, worth noting, by the way. Now, people will be thinking, what the hell is this? Like, this looks like an even more insane chart that you've brought up. This actually shows all of the top traders and what they're trading. And what you can see here is there isn't a single line of green. The last time we saw this, BTC dumped from $126,000 to $90K. We saw a massive sell-off in the market. People are absolutely positioning themselves to exit this market, whether it's commodities, stocks, shares, whether it's, and these are kind of chief executives, for example, directors of companies. They're all selling, and they're all selling over last week. Now, this isn't just like traditional selling and buying on stock markets, okay? That's not what this is. These are people that are either invested, own, run, or, you know, bought into a specific company selling humongous amounts of them, okay? The slightly darker orange ones, slightly darker red ones are where they've sold. The orange ones are predictions of sales. So you've got a lot here of people that could be about to sell an absolute crap ton of their shares. All of that, in my opinion, will create another real bit of pain here. By the way, lots of these have gone to data centers. Lots of these are going to be very driven by oil, energy, and I think you're therefore seeing another push down in the market when it comes to these stocks and shares, because why wouldn't you? So I think this is, again, important to reference as you kind of walk through here, because this will drive the market down in the crypto market, because people are going to come out of it. And eventually, I think if we break here and we get somewhere down here, you're going to see people just dump into cash. They're going to go, yep, screw this. And then it becomes even crazier when you start to talk about what Trump could do and the escalation and the fact that he believes it's nearly over, and it's nowhere near over. We talked about this on Friday, that actually this market is certainly not done yet. Now, you know, if we were to get a bounce off here, great. We aren't going to do anything until we get back at least to about 69,000, where you could say, well, actually, this is a reversal trend coming in. At the minute, this just looks like it is going lower by quite a significant margin. If it bounces here, fine. It doesn't feel like it's going to. Doesn't feel like it's gonna, but we'll see. How am I number one? Usually Tim is. Well, JFR, because you donated $5, so you get an instant boost. The super chats help out. Last time I was here, I was confident that if we couldn't... What's going on, Trader Shop? Mr. Hobbs in the building. What's going on, pal? What's going on? Potato moonshine to power your vehicle. Do what the McDonald's people do. We recycle all of our oil and power our trucks. You're like, oh. Could all 75k would be ugly. Yeah, exactly. I mean... What's your view right now? I mean, my view here on BTC, we're just talking about the stock market as well. Lose this, retest here, but I think momentum is absolutely going boopy doopy, down we go. That's my opinion anyway. That's my opinion. Insane elderly men in charge of the world. Well, that's the risk. That's the risk. You know, could we get a little bit of a relief? Maybe. Again, this whole Iran thing is going to escalate. So, Daniel, no, I do have a Telegram. I don't have a Telegram. I have a Discord, though. Check out my link in the bio. That takes you to my link tree. That will give you access to all of our Discord. It'll give you access to our exchange partners. It gives you access to our trade group. Everything else. All right. So, yeah. Discord, link in the bio. Just head over to Linktree or look for 2bit Crypto. I think it's like 2bit Crypto _ YT. Anyway, something like that. Bro, can you please share what is the name of the indicator on your chart which shows the table on the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side of the chart? So that is actually the Chart Prime stuff. It's a paid function that the team that do the bot that I've got trading is the same team that do that. So they're like, hey, do you want these indicators? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So, yeah. So it's a paid service. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but I do have an affiliate link if you want to take a look at it, and you can have a look at it. Again, look, what I'd say, they're good indicators. I think you've got to be careful, though, when you solely just rely on other things. I think it's always worthwhile making sure that you have all of your things in all your ducks in a row. So yeah, so this is the Chart Prime indicators that you can see on my charts. If you are interested, then click on that link, head over here, and you can get it, I think, for 7 days for free. You've got all this. It's a pretty, like, don't get me wrong, that is just the basics. Like, there's way more to this as well, like, way more to it. But yeah, $67 a month, $117 if you get the Chart Prime Plus. So I have this one here. I think you do get a discount with my affiliate link as well. But yeah, anyway, check it out. Check it out. The new orange Stuart is going on. What's going on? Yeah. Oops. I feel like maybe we should like link it somewhere, Casey, on TikTok, just so that people could kind of see what it's about. But yeah, anyway. So this is kind of where we sit right now with all of that other stuff going on. The two things we need to watch are any movement in Iran, and I think that will come over the course this week. Futures markets we'll take a look at, but I think before we even look at it, you guys already probably know what's about to happen. It's about to get way tastier than I think many people think. Way tastier. But this is where we're saying, look, these are, in my opinion, the moments where you should be setting your strategies and be ready. If this doesn't bounce, and I truly think this pushes down when we get market opens, then, you know, this is going to set us up for what we're looking for on these moves for sure. And we can take a look at liquidity to give us an idea of this as well, which if we go to here and go here. This will bring us up to the liquidity zone that we probably want to look at. Just to give us a view, just to give us an idea as to potentially where we could see this move to and could see this move not. So, you know, we've wiped out a lot of liquidity, which means that, well, okay, well, people will argue, go, well, too bit. We've wiped out loads of liquidity. We're probably going to start moving back to the upside. Oh, I don't want to do that. What can I look at? 48 hours. Oh, really? Just lets me look at 20. Why does everyone put everything behind a paywall? Like, come on, bro. Am I not signed in? Oh, well, I'll sign in a minute. So yeah, so you could argue and say, well, look, liquidity's been wiped out here. We'll take a look at the actual, order book in a minute. But, well, we're going to trend back to the upside. Well, maybe. It feels like the Iran stuff is way worse. Way worse. What is this website called? This is on coinglass.com on their pro settings. So yeah, you can have a look at that. By the way, I see someone's come in, Casey. I don't know if you want to just get rid of him. So they've come in and said, hey, DM me. Do not DM anyone in a live stream because they are probably trying to scam you, sell you something, which is why it's important, by the way, that if you are in the live stream, you hit the follow button. Then you know it's me that may be DMing you, although I don't DM anyone, just to be crystal clear on that. But anyone who says, oh, DM me, don't DM them because they're probably trying to take your money. All right. So again, if you've got any thoughts, questions, my absolute best advice is join our Discord. It's free to get in there. Again, we're starting to build a really good community in there as well. People that are comfortable with trading, people that know what they're talking about. You've got people that just want a general view of things. So join that. I'm the only one in there with a red name. So if I ever message you, it's not me. But yeah, be safe out there. People are just trying to take all your money and they're just, they don't want to work hard to create anything. They just want to try and scam people. So just be mindful of that, please. Could you link it in the chat if possible? I don't think I can link it in TikTok's chat because I'm not on TikTok chat. I'm on YouTube. But if you just go to coinglass.com, then you can see it. Or join our Discord and I'll link it there. Be interested in the Asian markets open later on. Yeah, 100%. Mike Bennett says, right, and if Elon Musk DMs you, it's really him. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dear me. Truth is, we are oversold. That is true. I mean, we can't deny that from a perspective here. RSI is trending down. You can see here we're down at what, 39. So yeah, you could argue that RSI is oversold. The best way to look at the weekly RSI though, that's where you get the best indicator. I wouldn't necessarily go off daily RSIs. So we did bounce off that. We did get a bounce, but look at this. We're probably going to come back down again, which is why I think, not financial advice, just my opinion, it creates the move down to what we've been talking about here. The buy zone between 55,000 and 60. And that's absolutely where I'm going to be buying some coins. And yeah, I've already got a list of coins I want to buy. We definitely want to be opening this trade up down here as well. So, that's kind of where we're sitting and that's kind of what's on our mind right now. So these are all things to be mindful of, all things to keep a very close, watchful eye on. We can also look really quickly at a little bit of... we can also look a little bit here on this isn't what I want, really. This is not what I want at all, actually. This also isn't what I want. I thought it was on... yeah, that's what I want. This is what I want. Okay, so these are the spot prices of BTCs. These are buy orders set up generally across exchanges on spot markets. So Surge in the house. What's going on, buddy? So these are where people have got. What you can note here is that actually you haven't got a lot of sell pressure coming in. Yeah, 67.9. Sorry, a lot of buy pressure coming in outside of 67.9. So yeah, you're going to see a little bit. But look at the sell. Hold on, let me get my words right. The sell pressure at 679. So these people are desperate to get out of this market right now, which is kind of wild. 120 BTC, 67,800. So if we do get a little bit of a wick back up, then this will trigger some of these sells. These are the buy orders. Look at the buy orders set in. Big liquidity at 67,000. Look at that. 494 BTC to get us down to that level with 188 Bitcoin sat there waiting to be scooped up at 67,000. That's a chunk of change right now. That is a chunk of change. You're talking, best part of nearly $13 million waiting to be bought. BTC Temple in the building says, sup, family. TP at 70K, I was sweating. Good call, bro. There you go. Nailed it, BTC Templar. Shout out to you, my man. Yeah, we nailed those trades over the weekend as well. I met a very nice Russian woman who DM'd me. She knows a ton about Bitcoin. Might be getting married when I pay for a flat. I have there's like 2 or 3 of them are just like... I can't link it in the... Have you already asked me that? I don't think I can link it in the chat. That's the only problem. They're like, oh, yeah, why do you ignore me? It's like, I mean, do you need me to tell you why I'm ignoring you? Like, I don't even know who you are. Anyway, so that's the spot market. Where it'll get tasty is here in the futures market. So what are we looking at here? This will give us a bit more of an indication as to kind of where the volume is. And look at it all. Basically, we're sitting between something like 80,000 and about, what, 50,000 as a kind of trade zone, if that makes sense. Now, we can look at leverage and stuff, but this is kind of where you've got some crazy stuff. Look at this from a order book futures, i.e. where are people starting to position them? Look at these short sells coming in. These are going to be pretty wild, actually. And we can probably see them start to flow in as well here on the right-hand side and understand kind of where people are positioning themselves as to what we think is going to come next. Now, again, I've laid my case out as to why I think the market's going to go, which is kind of wild. But yeah, I think things can certainly shift very, very quickly. Christina, what's going on? Welcome in. By the way, 125, 130 people in the live right now. Just do me a quick favor, hit the like button. Try and get those numbers to match. It's always fun, by the way. Remember, Nostradamus always said that if you match numbers, it generally is better things. So yeah, let's try and get the likes up to somewhere near the viewers. That'll be great. Yeah, the same people with hedge funds who will buy at 67 to 65 will sell for profits around 72 zone, then dump into buy. Yeah, 100%. Well, this is the Jane Street debate, and we'll have this tomorrow because it's a bit deeper than I want to get into tonight. But the whole Jane Street 10 a.m. thing is pretty wild. Now, whether you believe that or not is entirely up to you, but there is certainly a discussion to be had about, you know, people getting in. Roma's in the building. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. So, yeah, if you haven't already hit the follow button on TikTok as well, I highly recommend doing so. That means you know it's me and no one else. If I, you know, hit the follow button, then it's kind of like you can see if I'm live, etc. So, yeah, worthwhile in my opinion doing that. In my opinion, like I said. I mean, some people might not, but you get my point. All right, so let's keep an eye on what's going on with BTC. Let's go into a slightly shorter time frame. Let's understand here a little bit of a wake back up. These are always, you know, we generally do see this, the kind of relief after the big dump, and then obviously that continues down. I mean, look at that. We did actually wick, weirdly, I say weirdly, we did actually wick below that support line, 67,351. That would have been a nice little trade there, but yeah, holding as we sit right now. ETH, yeah, I mean, look, we've been talking about ETH for a while. I'm not going to get any sort of excitement out of it right now. Back within the channel, again, telling you that, like we've said, it's doing nothing. This market is the most boring market in the world. We can take those two out now. They don't mean anything. Really. Upper range there that we've been, you know, we've talked about ETH just trending sideways, but arguably, you know, you go to the macro. Invalidated there, the breakout. Failed breakout tells us that, you know, ETH's probably definitely going lower, in my opinion. In my opinion, anyway. So, higher time frames give you an indication as to what's going on. Even the 5-day, I mean, look at that. You got the 21 below the 200, definitely telling you that's a bearish move right now. That's absolutely bearish. Absolutely bearish there on the 5-day chart. You know, go on the 2-day. 21 well below the 200. It's bearish. It's bearish right now. Yeah, buying low, selling high because of Trump's tweets pay off nowadays. I mean, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So yeah, that's kind of where we sit. Again, you might get a bounce here off the 21, but don't know. Solana. Oh man, we need to clean these charts up a little bit, everybody. What is going on? Solana, let's wipe some of these. We don't need some of these on. Okay. I mean, Sol right now. I mean, what do we see here? Let's do it. What are we on? The 2-day chart on Solana. Let's invalidate this because we probably don't need these. And let's take this kind of last key area here, which says, you know, you kind of, I mean, it's probably a slightly ascending triangle, would you argue? I mean, maybe. Maybe. I mean, that's a hard one to kind of hold, to be honest. But, I mean, you could argue that, I mean, not really. I mean, do you know what? Where would you go with Solana? You'd probably say Solana is uptrending a little bit. You'd probably give it the benefit of the doubt. You'd say, well, yeah, do you know what? Sol's probably holding up a little bit more. The rest of it, I guess you're on the 2-day. The daily chart, yeah, look, Sol, I mean, it's an important point right now. So the 50's gone below the 21, which probably tells us, again, this is going to keep pushing down. This is going to still be bearish. We're looking for that bounce there off the bottom. Don't forget, by the way, we have all of this stuff in our premium Discord. We have 4 trading patterns. All you get for free by signing up, becoming a channel member. You get all of that in there. So if you are interested in there, then, yeah, check it out. It's totally free. You get it as part of your membership. So highly recommend it, by the way. Highly recommend it, everybody. Again, you don't have to. You don't have to. But it is kind of nice when you do. All right. But yeah, I mean, historically, by the way, if you would say, well, look, uptrending channel or bearish, bearish kind of bearish flag pattern, what normally happens with this, we said this before, you see this kind of move here like this, up to the downside, and then what happens, you normally come down, and then you continue down. This essentially could be seen as a consolidation phase as well. So, that Solana probably, and look, if the market rolls over, then yeah, the Solana's going to do exactly what, exactly what the rest of it does as well. So that's probably where I sit. Abdullah, I mean, my personal opinion, and again, this is not personalized financial advice. You've got to make your own decisions on it. I believe, just my personal humble opinion, this market's going to push down. This market's going to roll over a little bit more. My price target would be BTC around here. Look, this is my buy area, this red column, this red box. Again, however, though, at 67,000 and Solana at 85, it's not the worst to start DCAing. We've talked about this a number of times. How do you buy certain assets? Do you just FOMO it, just like absolutely full send and put all the way in and buy? Maybe. I don't think that's necessarily the best strategy in the world. And again, you could just say, well, I've got $1,000 to interview. How do I invest $1,000? You invest it in 4 chunks of $250. That's how you do it. Because that way you're DCAing, you're hedging your potential risk versus reward, and you're just sensibly investing. So many people just port the full 1,000 in and then they're like, oh my God, what's happened? The market's collapsed and I don't know why. That's why you got to be sensible with it. I agree with you. Thanks. Appreciate the analysis. Hey, no problems, man. We're here 6 days a week, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time. Do join us. It's going to be great. DCA is good. Wayne knows what's up. Yeah, exactly. Curtis in the building. If it drops anymore, I'm jumping in my big long. Wow. Curtis is getting the FOMO. Curtis is like, I can't wait anymore. I need to get in. Buy your way down slowly. Danny, you absolutely know. You know. Man, Danny's smart. Danny knows what's up. Be more like Danny, everybody. He knows what the hell's going on. But yeah, that's where we sit right now. Again, you got a little bit of a relief bounce here on BTC right now. Let's go on the 15-minute. Look at that. Bounce there on the 15. I mean, again, arguably, it's still absolutely heading down as well. So, I truly believe we're going to see this further push down. And I think it gets dragged down by the altcoin market. The only thing you've got is here is the total 2, which is the market cap of, the total number minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. And it's clinging on for dear life, which I think will be interesting. So, yeah, watch out for it. And there's some discounts out there, but BTC looks weak, if you ask me. Volume spike here to the downside. BTC Templar coming in with the 10 says, much love, team, full pot for life. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, buddy. Why is that not coming up? This should be coming up here. I've got a thing here that should be coming up. Did it come up or not? Hold on a minute. Hold on a freaking minute, because that should be showing something there. I sorted that out the other day, and why is it not? Why are you not doing that? There you go, look. Hey, yeah, it should come up on the screen. Why did that come? Oh, maybe I have to have it up. Maybe do I have to have this open, maybe? JFR. There you are. There you are. Move some XRP into USDC, then buy the bottom. Ooh, Andy Box. Love it. Love it. Not the worst idea in the world, I don't think. Just, again, my humble opinion. Yeah, just my humble opinion there. So, like I said, the idea will be that this is all prior to the futures market open. Remember, futures hasn't opened since Trump tweeted. Like, this is a bad thing. Think about that. There was a really interesting, I think it was like by the what are they called? The Kublisi people. That said, like, markets closed on Friday and everything was fine. Strait to Hormuz was allegedly potentially going to be back open again. You also had this kind of idea that the 22 countries have signed this agreement to say, like, oh, we think Iran should. It's like, come on, really? You think that's going to work? We think Iran should open the Straits of Hormuz, and we're signing a piece of paper to tell him. You're like, all right, yeah, cool, that's going to work. So yeah, the Kubalisi says US stock market futures opens in 4 hours. This was 8:16. So this is like 3 hours ago. Meanwhile, since market closed on Friday, President Trump has both de-escalated and escalated the Iran war. It began with Trump claiming he was considering winding down the Iran war, which we all said was absolute nonsense. We said, look, I'm calling BS on that. Remember the live stream. It began with Trump claiming, I said that. Now, President Trump threatened the biggest escalation of the conflict yet, striking Iran's power plants. His deadline for the Straits of Hormuz ends in 30 hours. Yeah, that's tomorrow then, isn't it? And here's the problem. If they call his bluff, then he's going to have to do it, which is like, oh my God, it's going to get wild. In fact, Iran has said that if US strikes their power plants, the Strait of Hormuz will be completely shut down and they will target US-Israeli infrastructure across the Middle East if Iran war has officially begun in fourth week, and another major escalation brace for the open. And I think that's important. Still buying DCA on the dips while in the micro uptrend, but we'll load up if we get a big drop. Yeah, cancelled YouTube. I think we definitely probably see one. I think we see one. Kind of glad I bought the oil last week because Kansas going bye-bye. Well, I mean, lots of people now predicting oil to like 150. I saw something, I think it was in the AF post or something that was like, yeah. I'm over 50k range next week. I'll be pretty wild if that does. Watching USDT dominance like a hawk. Matty, yeah. I mean, what's it at right now? Spiking about 1.5%. So nothing super crazy right now. Holding up there. But yeah, definitely could see this move. The other thing you want to be looking at is money going into exchanges, which you can get if you go to, Crypto Quant. You can see some of it here, which again is just going to give us an idea of like what's going into exchanges. What does money flow look like into exchange inflows, particularly on USDT, for example, which we can see. I'm going to bring it up for you guys. So this is the money flow going in right now. If we do it let's do it in a week. So obviously it's slightly delayed. You got 22nd here. So not a lot going in at the minute, which either means people are holding or they are waiting. So we're not seeing like crazy amounts. Exchange net flow is about the same as well. Now, there probably is a slightly better chart we can look at, which would be... The problem with this is it's not up-to-date data. Like, they're always a little bit behind where you kind of want them, but... Trump has been the worst thing to happen to crypto. Bring Biden back. A lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that. You're tired of winning? Yes! Bring Biden back. Oh, dear me. Imagine that. Imagine that. So, yeah, I mean, I can't remember what the chart is. We'll have to have a look at it yesterday. Sorry, we'll have to have a look at it tomorrow. But, yeah, that's kind of what we want to look at. Basically, what is happening in terms of... Oh, here we are. Is this going to help us? Yeah, this probably does. This probably does, actually. Okay, so we have... This is the comparison of aggregated volume metrics. So, again, you've got the yellow is futures. The orange is spot market. Again, blue ETF trade volume. So what have you got here? You've just got everyone piling into futures. What happens when everyone piles into leverage? Everyone gets fucked. All right, let's just call it as it is. The more leverage is, the more risk there is, the more volatile the market comes. And ultimately, it always ends up going the same way, which is down. All right. So you have to be mindful. There's loads and loads and loads of leverage piling in, which is insane. It's insane to me. But hey, maybe some people just like running life on the edge. I mean, like, come on. Maybe crypto was just another NFT fad and we all got sucked in. I mean, you could say that, Harry, but we all know that's not true. Remember, there are still some good news stories. There are still some good things happening out there. At the minute, the problem is you've got a war going on and markets don't like war. And as much as people would say crypto's decoupled from the stock market, it hasn't. We've been saying that for ages. Insider here, Dogecoin to 0.45 in a few minutes. I hope so. I mean, fair play. If it happens, I will absolutely I'll watch it, but I have a funny feeling that might not be the case. Anyway, who knows, eh? Who knows? Dogecoin to the moon, everybody. Dogecoin to the moon. So, again, the point here would be there is some positives. iBits ETF for Bitcoin, this most successful ETF in history. Their Ethereum ETF had $123 million in its first week of inflows. That's a big number. So crypto ETFs are actually doing all right. The problem you've got is institutions are buying the dip and retail is going, man, I'm not getting to this. It's a scam. Like, it's how the game works. And then retail will FOMO back in at 90,000, 100,000 towards the back end of this year. And then it's like, that's how you get to, that's how you get to another high, all-time high. But yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to get Nancy on the show. Nancy, tell us what to do. I mean, one of the greatest things about Pelosi is that, yeah, she could just tell us exactly what's going to happen. She would know Dogecoin was going to go to 0.45 in fucking 2 minutes. I love it. I love it. Paul Gallant's in the building. Very good evening, everyone. What's going on, Paul? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. And VHF here as well. Good to see you, pal. If you had the itch to jump in, instead set a buy order 5% cheaper than you would have paid at the moment, it's the answer. You need to buy Jones. You're happy at the end. I mean, it's probably a good shout, actually. I mean, buy orders are, in my opinion, just the way to do it. Like, don't do the weird thing of like full porting in. The only time you really want to just kind of get in is if you're seeing real differences in the market, i.e. the market's rolling over. Like last night, you could almost sense that dump was coming. It was like Trump tweeted that markets were low liquidity, and it was like, boom, off it goes. That I was like, man, I need to get on this short. Get involved. Really quickly, pre-market data, just to give you an idea, looks terrible as you would expect. So the US looking like it's going to open really bad, with the exception of, well, you can't even argue the VIX is the volatility index there on the S&P 500, and it's looking at 11%, which is exactly what we were talking about. Expect extreme volatility in the S&P, in my opinion. And then you've got Asia Pacific, again, all looks down with the exception of the Kospi, which is in South Korea, and the Bombay Sensex in India. Now, again, I don't know if that's going to move markets much, but watch out. And then Europe also looks absolutely dreadful as well. So there is definitely going to be, in my opinion, some pretty interesting narratives. Watch out, though, because like I said, when you ever get markets like this, all the shorts will be piling in. Everyone will be going, man, I'm going to short this market to death. And then what happens? Price wicks up, everyone ends up getting absolutely demolished, and then it kind of continues onwards from there. So, you know, worth just being mindful of that. Like I said, any high areas of volatility, it's like, is it worth getting involved in? Maybe not. Maybe not, but again, that's for you to decide as your own separate traders. Anything that's going to help us this week? Probably not. ADP jobs report, change weekly, coming on Tuesday. That's going to be pretty interesting. Outside of that, we do have some more bill purchases from the New York Fed. All right, cool. You change your interest rates on them. That's fine. That's fine. What else we got this week? Nothing super major, I don't think. Yeah, all a bit quiet this week, which probably isn't the worst week in the world, because I think the markets are going to be pretty tasty. Jobless claims on Thursday, which we get every Thursday. But yeah, I mean, Myron speaking on Wednesday might be interesting, but that's going to be about it. So yeah, I mean, earnings might be an interesting one this week, but yeah, certainly all eyes are going to be on market futures opens, which is what, 7 minutes away, 8 minutes away. So we'll stick to see what happens with that. And then, and then we'll be out of here, but not yet. We're going to stick around and see what goes on. So yeah, if you want the charts here, by the way, TikTok, I can put the charts back up rather than just my face. My luck is I'd ask Kramer for advice and he'll be right. Yeah, the one time you actually don't listen to him and he's right. You do the actual opposite and it's like, oh, I was wrong. Come on. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Anyway, right. Good. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick update on the trading bot if you're interested. So here is the trading bot that we've got set up. So again, it did get out of a long trade. So net negative at the minute, 235 on the day, but it did open up 3 other trades this morning. It opened a Say short, it's up $2.38. A Tau short, I mean, that's a pretty bold statement. Shorted Tau there, that's up 626, and Aero, the short there at 624 as well. It actually, interesting, has held that short from the 19th and is actually now turned to a profit. So yeah, shout out to the trading bot making it happen. Bear in mind, it's only trading on very small leverage, as I want to just see what it kind of does and how it kind of plays out. But, you know, if this comes in right now, then yeah, I mean, it's in profit technically. So shout out to the trading bot making it happen right now. So we'll keep that one open. That'll be fun. And then we might start to increase a bit of leverage, maybe increase a bit of margin. I don't know. We'll see. Bros, your son's little football match up he won. Yeah, so they played an academy team and their B team. They drew 0-0 against the academy team, which was brilliant. And my little boy was the captain as well. So they drew 0-0 against the academy team. And then their B team, they absolutely smashed them 5-0. And my little boy scored as well with his weak foot. We've been working on he's right footed, but I've been working really hard on his left foot as well. So we'll do like passing between us. And yeah, he scored with his left foot. So I'm dead proud, honestly. So yeah, amazing. They've got another match. I think it's, I don't think it's this Saturday. I think it's the Saturday after. So yeah, all good. So yeah, absolutely crushed it. Dead proud of him. Nailed it. Sailor is just, well, I mean, the Sailor discussion, I mean, he's allegedly going to buy more BTC. Now, whether he will or not, I could see him not buying BTC tomorrow, given the you know, we normally see the sailor pump on a Sunday, don't we? We're not going to see that. Like, this market is definitely thinking about rolling over right now. So, you know, this is kind of worth being very mindful. Here's the target price we've got. Here's the target price, in my opinion. So, you know, if we wick down here, then yeah, get ready. Get ready. When will the bot be open for members? Yeah, I need to message him actually, because I've not spoken to him before. In fact, let me message him now. They were just getting everything set up. Hey man, any update? Oh, oops, I'll put any update on this. Bro, launch a football channel for me will be. Yeah, can you imagine? My missus was like, absolutely not. Absolutely. Oops. I will let you know. But yeah, I had to set like an account up and stuff, and yeah, to get everything kind of lined up. So once that's done, because you have to sign in to my affiliate link, otherwise it doesn't work. So so I've had to set that up, which is had to like set APIs up and all sorts of crazy stuff to get it to work. So then what you guys do is you sign up to Blowfin using my affiliate link. That way then the bot knows that you're attached to me, which then it doesn't charge you $70 a month. And then you can use it and trade. And like I said, we'll probably fund a couple of accounts. Not with a lot of money, but we'll fund a couple of accounts, and then you guys can do what you want with it as well after that. Again, just the channel being the place to be. And I think it'll be fun to see, and it'll be fun to kind of see what the difference is. You know, if you guys have got them trading and the bot I've got's trading, then yeah, it could be kind of good fun. But so far, yeah, yeah, I mean, if you look at it over the course of it, so far it's had 1, 2, 3, 4, it's had 5 green days. I mean, these are the higher risk ones. So like the Pepe ones are high risk. You can see where it's lost out on that on a couple of trades. But then now, I mean, it should do a relatively solid green print. I mean, if this market rolls over, I mean, it's going to do really, really well. So again, it's definitely not foolproof at the minute. It's still very much in beta, very much as kind of, you know, testing phase. But it is, yeah, so far it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Bloody when it comes out fast like the speed of Concorde Mach 3. That's why I come daily just for you. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, Curtis Martin. That's, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but that's why I never refer to them by name. So the only time my kids have ever been one, like you've seen one of my twins when she was a very, very, very young little baby because she wouldn't stop crying. And I think I brought her on the live stream and went, I can't do the live stream. I'm going. But yeah, we don't have our kids on social media. We don't do it. It's as bad as it sounds. It's horrible. Like, it's just horrible. Like, you know, I like to think that I'm relatively stubborn to a lot of that stuff, and I've been around a few times, but I mean, it's just not the place I think it used to be, which is why, by the way, this community is amazing. I could probably think about 10 people that have been hostile when they've come into this. Outside of that, we've generally got a great community. So, but yeah, none of my kids are on social media at all. Like, not even like we don't post pictures of them. We have a separate private family group that we post everything in there. Yeah, exactly, Curtis. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that. Okay, so futures markets should be about ready to open here. So we're going to be watching what happens for gold. Yeah, gold futures. We want to keep an eye on this because it's about to get interesting, I think. Interesting. So we're starting to see it now come in. Look, so the S&P starting to come in. Let's see. Let's just get a quick read of what the futures market is. So watch out. Look for the dumps. Dumps will push BTC down. So that's what we're looking for, which I think is going to happen, by the way. So let's see. Let us see. Okay. So we aren't getting, I'm just waiting for a read right now, but it does look like so the S&P is kind of holding up. Gold is dumping. Is it? Gold's probably having a little bit more of a rally, actually, which is kind of bizarre. So we might see, but I said this, didn't I? I said, watch out for market opens. They may push price higher before then price goes down. They'll want to liquidate some of the longs. They're going to liquidate these shorts, by the way. If there's some high leverage shorts in there, They could push this to like 4,600 and then absolutely dump it down. Wisdom says gap down. Yeah, there's more adverts than posts in the newsfeed on. Yeah, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? How's your Azza mining earnings doing? Just thought I'd put. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, 36 bucks is in there right now. I haven't taken it out. I thought we'd leave it for a little bit longer and see. Henry says BTC going lower. I think so. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, oil dumping. BTC now dumping. Yeah, look at this, 47.6. So yeah, it feels like it. I was hoping we'd get like a little bit of a read on the futures market and what they opened at, but normally you see it on here, but it doesn't look like anyone's posted it yet. But yeah, it definitely looks like it for sure. Yeah, so nearly 0.5% down on gold right now. So gold is selling off. Look at this, already down here. Silver, man, silver's down 1.2%. Wow. There you go. Look at that. Silver absolutely damping. BTC right now is, 67,677. So shout out to anybody in the shorts. You are crushing it. Do watch out for volatility, though. I would be very mindful of that. Gold 0.38. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting for sure. Yeah, I have Facebook for work, weirdly. XRP bottom? I don't think so. If the whole market's not bottom, then XRP bottom's not in. Curtis said, sold off my shorts earlier. Bro, I'm not in any shorts, by the way. I'm not trading this. Like I said, I closed out some of mine earlier on. Oil is pumping. Yeah, no surprise. No surprise. Well, I mean, ish. 112 on the 19th. 367 at 17 was the close on Friday, right? So, yeah. 112. Watch futures on oil here. Gold is, gold 0.6. Wow, yeah, it's Dumperino time. Where's Bitcoin? Yeah, 67,655. So gold rolling over yet again here on the I mean, we can look on the 1 minute, by the way. Look at this. Gold is rolling over indeed, everybody. So yeah, well, no surprise. It's doing exactly what we thought. The wick up, market opens, and down it goes. So pretty wild. So US oil surges above $100 a barrel, which we got. Yeah, 103. No surprise there on oil. We can see Brent crude here at the bottom. So Brent crude 107.66 on the open, which is going to be a pretty big challenge there for BTC. Look at gold go. Oh my gosh. Dumperino. I pay Zuckerberg. Oh dear. Down. Oh my god, gold's pumping to the moon. Pretty wild. So yeah, this will definitely create a probably a short sell in BTC for sure. Wicking back up here on gold. Gold having a nice, I was obviously on the 1 minute chart. You're going to see this kind of increased volatility, but that's the number we're looking at. Brent crude at 107, BTC 67.9. So yeah, you can see how tied these two are right now. Pretty interesting. Gold bottom coming and oil top coming. Charts are saying something about the war here. Well, again, I think it all depends on it'll all depend on any escalation that we get, which, you know, the first point of escalation will be tomorrow night if we get anything with Iran and the US, i.e. we're going to take out the infrastructure that's out there. So, yeah, we'll have to kind of see if that all plays out as potentially we might, you know, it might end up being that way. So yeah, here we go. So US stock market futures fall open. The S&P down 0.7, the NASDAQ 0.7, the Dow Jones 0.6, crude up 2, Brent up 1.5, gold negative 2.5. Where did that sit for the futures market numbers anyway? I'm just curious, actually. Let's take a look. Let's take a look where that actually positioned on the futures market. So they went Dow 0.9. So what did I say? So yeah, Dow 0.6. Okay, so they went a little bit top heavy. NASDAQ up 2%. Okay, so the futures were a little bit more aggressive, which means that, yeah, they may liquidate. They may try and liquidate longs here. They may try and liquidate the longs for sure. Because what you have here is the NASDAQ was predicted at 2%, just as an example. The Dow 1%, the S&P 500 1.51. They came in nearly half that on market futures open. So everyone's going to have gone, oh my God, we're going absolutely to the, dump to the oblivion. And then, yeah, you get this kind of wick kind of up, which is kind of interesting. I doubt Iran will capitulate. Maybe not. Buy gold on dips. Yes, sir. The real hedge, BTC, is still a wannabe hedge. I mean, it is, in fairness. Mike, what's the Siren token that's been flying up? Yeah, I've seen all that. I think we looked at it before, and my honest opinion is I think it's some, cabal bullshit. If I'm dead honest, Fairground. I think it's from the same people, or certainly it's got links to Pippin, I think it is what I've read from somewhere. So... yeah, I mean, it's at 1.6 billion or something crazy like that. But yeah, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. I mean, it's on a couple of good exchanges, but it's been around for ages. Literally from 2025, February 2025, done nothing, and all of a sudden it's gone boom and absolutely gone through the roof. I just think it's an absolute insider cabal nonsense. Flying up, yeah. Yeah, it's been going to the moon. Don't get me wrong, but again, the fact it's been out for so long, it's like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about it, to be honest. An AI analyst agent. I mean, it even looks terrible. We are the Siren Sisters. All right, cool. Awaken. I mean, you can't really do anything anywhere. Yeah, not for me. Not for me. So we'll see. Right, BTC, everybody, just looking to retest 68,000. Again, extreme volatility, as we predicted here on the price of gold. 68,000 reclaim on BTC. Again, pretty interesting when you look at all this. Do we think it's going to make a big difference? Probably not. Probably not. Gold's going to be the one to keep an eye out for. Silver coming back as well, which is kind of wild, but yeah. I'll bet on the up and coma BTC. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So this will be the one to keep an eye out for sure. This will be the one that, I guess, aligns to the sentiment of the market for sure. Will give us an idea as kind of where we're going to go next. So, yeah, could be interesting. And in my opinion, yeah, sets up for a pretty big week, I reckon. Sets up for a pretty interesting week. Like I said, all eyes will be on any escalation in Iran. Anything to do with the Straits of Hormuz, pushing price of Brent crude up. That's all the things that we're going to be, watching. And equally, if there's any kind of stuff going on at homegrown levels. So, that's kind of going to be the interesting one. Do we think XRP ever gets to $1 trillion market cap? I mean, if it delivers on what it's setting out to deliver, then, I mean, it's hard to argue against it. We will have to see, though. We will have to see. I was going to show you the ASA thing, wasn't I? Am I still signed in? I can't remember. Oh, yeah. There you go. Still signed in. So, yeah, 32.83. Obviously, I got rewarded here at 13.84. 16.28 was yesterday. So, you can see there just some of the rewards going in. Yeah, that's kind of where we got to. So, yeah, currently 32.83 sat there. Happy days. Takes total now to nearly $50 back out. So far, again, so far so good. Not financial advice. Not telling everyone to go FOMO into it. But yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Like I said, if you are interested, obviously do your own research. Go and check it out. There is a link there that you can sign up to it. Obviously, I get a little bit of a referral bonus if you want to do that, but I'm not telling you have to. It's not financial advice. And yeah, check it out. What about yen? They have been playing with it. Maybe some good trades. I mean, I've never traded currency in my life, so I wouldn't have any idea how to do it. Any ships getting out now? No, none. None, I believe, today. Well, they said that they would let ships through if they were A, not US and Israel affiliated, and B, have not bought US treasuries. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy if you think about it. Pretty crazy when you think about it. My antivirus both going crazy when it opens as a. I mean, I'm running antivirus, but it doesn't go crazy on mine. Like I said, do it if you wanna, do it if you don't. That's kind of my view. I know in some instances mine is, if I go to like a meme coin, it goes boop 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 boop, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not clicking on that then. Pete, I've never taken a food pic of gym pic or weight pic. Facebook was wild. Facebook was wild. Stream Elements says, wake me up when the bull run is here. Get it, Stream Elements. Love that. Love that. But yeah, Straits of Hormuz, the answer is no. I think it's been pretty quiet, if I'm dead honest. And I think it will continue to be quiet. We need to stop tracking this one ship, though, because this ship is like, where is it now? Oh my God, it's nowhere near where I need it to be. Where even are we? Need to stop following. There it is. Need to stop following that ship. Wild. Yeah, so again, look how insane the number of ships are in here. Like, this is absolutely wild, but nothing's going through here. Nothing at all. It's just barren. So again, that's why I think we're going to see spikes in price. We're definitely going to see, you know, concern out there. And I think that's what pushes us high. I mean, look, 114 now, futures on Brent crude. Brent crude's spiking right now. Gold futures 2.13 and dropping a little bit. Silver now going red on the day. Gold looks like it's pushing down. So like exactly as we said, you know, dump, get everyone excited, wick it up, liquidate the longs. I mean, I don't know if we can see anything on that. Is there any way we can see that? Gold, can we see that anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Oh, here we are. I don't know if it's got real-time updates. Wow, I did not know you can see this. Okay, it's loading at the minute. It's loading at the minute. We'll see if we can get this as a live feed, and then that might tell us what's going on right now. Stream, I'll make a full song on your last statement. Oh, dear me. Love it. Wake me up when the bull run is here. Don't know where. Right. So we're not getting live data, which is kind of annoying. I hate it when stuff doesn't work. It's just really frustrating. It's like, why does that not work? Why are you not working, you massive chopper? Fine. I don't really make it work if it's not going to work. Yeah, everything is just ETFs after that. Gold or crypto liquidations dashboard. I don't want crypto liquidations. I want gold liquidations. Gold futures volume, leverage gold futures plus spot price. Oh, here we are. Got it. So gold, gold performance. Obviously, markets are closed right now, but yeah. So look at this. So the last hour, we've had $726,000 worth of longs liquidated and $112,000 worth of shorts. So this wick it down, absolutely leverage, like wick out the longs. I mean, I didn't think about that. So dump it, get rid of all the longs that think this is going to spike, and then dump and then spike the price up, get rid of all the shorts, and then come back down again. I mean, come on. What's going on, Vern? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in, my man. Coin glass haven't worked for me for weeks on liquidation gold and silver. Well, that one's kind of working-ish. With $552 million of open interest. Yeah, pretty wild, actually. Pretty wild. So, I mean, probably going to hit 1 million soon on the 1 hour longs. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. What's it doing to BTC right now? 67.9. Yeah, BTC pushing down right now. So no surprise here. The market doing exactly what we thought it would do. Exactly. And what might be interesting here, by the way, they may actually push gold up a little bit. They may push Brent crude higher as well. Try and get people to FOMO into Brent crude. And then the EU markets open and then they just demolish everybody when those markets open. Pretty wild if you ask me. Husky Tom with a 10. Thank you so much. Says thank you for all the research, brother. Helps me out daily. See you in the Discord. Ah, man, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. Because if you know, on a serious note, if it genuinely does help out people, that means people will want to watch the channel. And, you know, we've just been through a pretty dark time where it felt like nobody liked my content anymore. It was just like, but yeah, it feels like we've got a bit more of a narrative, a slightly different design on the thumbnails, bit more purpose in terms of the content we're talking about, much more story and fact-based as opposed to emotion-based. Gold on a pullback, yeah, it looks like it. So again, if you do enjoy the content, it does mean the world to me if you hit the like button. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, then do so as well. It'd be great to hit 40,000 subscribers ASAP. Because yeah, for whatever reason, it's hard yards at the minute, but yeah. Jean-Luc is there moving in the grass. It feels like it. Tell me, what's the over and under on the days before TikTok suspends you again? My appeal was successful, Tim. It's fine. My appeal got overturned. They were like, oh yeah, actually, this guy's real. He's there. He's talking and he cares. Whoa, no, it's too big. Yeah. Appeal approved. Let's get it, TikTok. Tons left on the markets. Only the real ones left. I mean, yeah, it feels like it, Tim. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild how many people just like exit the market. But look, I'll keep evolving. I'll keep adapting. I'll keep doing things slightly different. And if people enjoy it, then brilliant, because that'll help out. You know, the goal is still very much, how do we do this full time? How do we make, how do we just make people win in this market? And I think so many people regurgitate, and I try not to. I try to go and find stuff that no one else is looking at. Try and get the edge on the market. And hopefully if that helps everybody, then we're in a winner-winner chicken dinner scenario, aren't we? So, yeah. Which will be good. So, yeah, next 24 hours is going to be pretty interesting, I reckon. Wisdom says, love the channel. It's not a Moonboy channel. You talk about real market data to make money up and down. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, buddy. I do generally think I appreciate that. Do you think they leave the market, though, or just stop following and await price movement? Well, I mean, there's probably going to be chilling out there and see what happens. And make a decision on the back of it. What we do know is that, like, yeah, the biggest problem you've got, and we might talk about this tomorrow night, private credit is an issue. And the reason why private credit's an issue is then people can't get any money. So when people can't get any money, they're not going to invest in anything. So all you've got now is essentially people with money and institutions buying gold, silver. So when you get these big wicks and spiked prices, it's kind of where people are just absolutely taking the opportunity to get in and out. But yeah, more on that tomorrow night, I reckon. Because it is officially time for me to wrap up on the evening. So what's the summary of tonight's live stream? Every indicator right now is telling us this is going to be a critical week for the crypto market, probably in the commodities market as well. Early indications are that, yes, there is still escalations in the Middle East. And yes, we are seeing some price pushdowns in gold and silver. That doesn't mean that they're not going to try and liquidate people. And it doesn't mean they're not going to try and take the opportunity to grab the can when they can, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So if you want to stay up to date and get an edge in this market, do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Remember, we're live streaming every single day, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and we're live on TikTok as well. So grab us both on there. I'll be back tomorrow night, as always, bring you the latest content tomorrow and later tonight. If you haven't already subscribed to the second channel, 2Bit Finance, check out the link in the description. Head over there. More macro on commodities, gold, silver, etc. Until then, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow night. You take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.